r/AskReddit compilation.
What hobby is an immediate red flag? The only thing I have learned from this thread is that Redditors don't know what the word hobby means. I hate saying this cause I have close friends that are into it, but oftentimes gambling. Especially since it's usually a very thin line between hobby and addiction. Honestly, just in here to see if anything I'm into is flagging. Semaphore. Collecting nail clippings. I always find parents who partake in or force their kids to do beauty pageants as terrible. Gambling. Being a YouTube prankster. Posting everything on social media. Anything involving humiliation of other non-consenting people or enjoying suffering of other people. Making mean prank videos, for example. Or watching videos like "look at this loser doing something stupid." It's different if the video creator themselves pokes fun of themselves, because they consent. Cockfighting. What lengths have you went to keep up a lie? Friend of mine pretended to be left-handed to switch his seat in class so he could sit next to this cute thin blonde girl that smells like strawberries that was actually left-handed. He learned to write left-handed and even switched hands for sports. He did this from 9th grade until we graduated. They are still going and he is ambidextrous now. It's a long story, but if you ever see me around my grandparents, please refer to me as Dr. Dull Enough Jones. None of my family knows how I met my wife. They think I met her in California through a friend out there when I was in the military. We actually met on Tumblr. We've been married almost 10 years. What's a boomer opinion that you agree with? Headlights are way too bright nowadays. More fresh air and less screen time would do us all some good. Of course I'll never actually do that. But it's right. We're too addicted to our phones. There is a lot of great 60s 70s rock music. I hate scanning QR codes in restaurants. People should not walk on my lawn. Kids these days. Nobody needs to have a conversation in public on speakerphone. Don't buy something you can afford. My dad is absolutely right that I should have learned practical things like how to replace the plug on an electrical appliance, how to unblock a U-bend, etc. when I was young. My mother is right that I should have learned how to cook, how to repair clothes, etc. I am just still confused why neither of them made any effort to actually reach me how to do any of this stuff, but still think it's my fault. Should say, I can do this stuff now, but definitely didn't learn it from them.
What's America's biggest fuck up? Allowing the formation of super PACs in 2010, which allowed corporations to buy every American politician. Ending Southern Reconstruction after the Civil War. The problems it left are still affecting us. Healthcare. The fact getting sick is the #1 cause of bankruptcy is very telling. For-profit medicine. Paying to live in a medical situation is just inhumane. Current two-party system. A lot of problems could be mitigated if we had a system in place that accurately represented the views of the people. We are seeing the long-term effects of polarized us versus them thinking. What's definitely not funny at all? Scripted TikToks and YouTubes. You can spot them a mile away, and though they're attempting to be funny, they lose it with me when it's set up. Emotionally scarring children for laughs. For me, it's making fun of old people who are just trying to go about their day. One day it may be you struggling to open a door or walk with a cane, or being unable to read expiration dates on groceries. Scaring children, making children cry. I resent those parents who post such videos on social media. Smashing people's face into cake.
What's often incorrectly perceived as a sign of intelligence? Confidence. Being a contrarian. Disagreeing with everything is as lazy as believing everything. Fast talking. From a third world country here. Speaking fluent English increases your value 10 times more than usual. The simple fact that somebody has a YouTube channel, they are seen as an authority on a subject. I'm a PhD student, and the one that really irks me is using academic jargon and long-winded terminology. Just because you know a couple fancy words that most do not know doesn't mean you're intelligent. It is usually an indication of the opposite. If you can't explain it to a 10-year-old, you're not that clever, is what I've told undergraduate classes before. In India, intelligence is judged by fluency in English, the ability to speak English. Sailors of Reddit. What's the most unusual thing you've experienced while at sea? When the water is dead flat, and the sky is clear, at night, it's really possible to get completely disoriented and fall in. You can't tell where the water begins and the sky ends, so you always keep your hand on the lifeline. Volunteering to help search for survivors when the Swiss airplane crash of '98. Grim shit. Still gives me nightmares. My area occasionally gets phytoplankton blooms. If you're boating at night and sail into a bloom, the wake of your boat will suddenly start glowing blue. It's pretty darn bright, easily seen with the naked eye, and appears out of nowhere. 1 minute you're sailing in complete darkness, the next you're in glowing water. Migrants from Haiti. Literally floating on a makeshift raft constructed of soda bottles and spray foam.
If you made it to this point in the video, consider subscribing. It really helps out. If you like this video, leave a like. Want to say something? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching and have a splendid day.